All right, we're continuing 6.9, so this is 6.9b, and we're going to talk about combinations. So permutations is what we talked about in the last video, and permutations is when order matters. So a combination is an arrangement of objects in which order does not matter. Okay? Think about the Sunday problem from the beginning. Okay, that's the one where we had the Sunday and we were picking 4 toppings. Okay, it is a combination. It does not matter what order you put the toppings on the Sunday. It's the same Sunday. Okay, now combinations are hard for people like me, and it may be for you too, because I have OCD, and with my OCD, everything has to be in order. Everything has a place, and everything has to be in order. So to me, the order in which you put the toppings on the Sunday does completely matter. But that's not for the average normal person. So combinations, I have to stop and think, to the average person, does this matter? Okay, so let's look right here. Consider the following. You have 3 people, 1, 2, 3. Here are the possibilities. If order doesn't matter, I can do 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. If order does matter, excuse me. If order doesn't matter, I've got those 3 people. It doesn't matter what order they're in. I've got them. Okay? So, here is our combination formula, which we're really not going to use that much, right? We're going to use it for the first few times, and then we're going to use the calculator to do it. Okay? But the combination formula, notice what's different. Okay, this part's the same as permutation. This part's the same as permutation. But with combination, you have an additional r factorial. Now remember that n is the number of things you choose from, and you choose r of them. No repetition allowed. Okay, so let's look right here and do this by the formula. Okay, a pizza shop offers 12 different toppings. How many different 3-topping pizzas can be formed with the 12 toppings? Because when you put the toppings on the pizza, when you get the pizza, you're not going to know what order they put the toppings on. So that's 12C3. So using the formula, the 12 goes on top. And the part that's like the permutation is the 12 minus 3. But then we also have to include 3 factorial here. So remember, this is going to be 12. Let's do this first. So this is 12 factorial over 3 factorial times 9 factorial. So if we break this down, this is 12 times 11 times 10, because that takes out that 9, okay? But then we have the 3 times the 2 times the 1. So that's going to give me 1320. That was not very pretty. 1320 over 6. Which gives me 220 ways they can make that pizza with 3 toppings, choosing 3 toppings out of the 12. Okay? Now, how do we do combinations on the calculator? Well, we have math. We go over probability again, and we select option 3, which is NCR. Okay. All right. So now let's do a couple of examples of these, and then we'll save the rest for tomorrow or the next class period. So your English teacher has asked you to select 3 novels from a list of 10 to read as an independent project. In how many ways can you choose which books to read? So the way I know this is a combination is the teacher's not going to know which 3 novels, what the order is you read the novels. Okay, so that's how I know it's a combination. So 10C3. Okay, I type that in my calculator and you get 120. Okay, now this next part, we're going to determine whether each is an example of a permutation or a combination. Okay, so that's all we're going to determine, combination or permutation. So the number of ways you can choose a group of 3 puppies from the animal shelter when there are 20 breeds to choose from. Assume you don't choose the same breed twice. Does it matter who gets picked first? No, just as long as you pick 3. So that's a combination. Number of ways you could award first, second, and third place medals. Yes, that's a competition. So that's a permutation. So if it's a competition or it's assigning roles by name that have labels, that's all permutation. The number of 7-digit phone numbers that can be made, is the order of the digits important? Yeah, because if you don't dial, like if I give you the numbers that are in my phone number, if I don't give them to you in the right order, you're not going to get hold of me. Okay, so that's a permutation. The number of ways a committee of 3 could be chosen. Do those committee members have particular roles? No, they're just part of a group. So that's what makes that a combination. And the number of ways a president, vice president, and treasurer could be chosen from a group of 20. Okay, those are titles. What title you get is important. So that's a permutation. Okay, so that's all we're going to do for today, for this video. And then the next one, we're going to put it all together and practice. Okay, thanks guys. If you have any questions, let me know.